Ready? So you can use your headsets. Some fire burn, some keep warm. I think the one you just listened to is the latter. And that is such a beautiful piece from the wonder, the musical wonder that is my guest today, and the power, the force behind that particular track. I tell you, it's going to be an exciting chat today, and it's going to be so lovely that we don't want even to tune out and change the dial from 98.1. Now, officially, you're welcome to Smooth Explorer every Saturday from 9 till 10. What we do here is explore different things. On some days, we're exploring genres. On some days, we're exploring time and eras. And on some days like this one, we're going to be exploring the life and lives of my guests. So I have two of them. And if you're a part of a YouTube family, you would have seen their faces. So what you can do is race to YouTube. That is at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. And if you're finding it difficult for you to get the energy to get out of bed, because this is breakfast in bed, by the time you see the face of my guest, it's going to brighten you up and give you the energy to get out of bed. All right, so welcome. And the song I just played you is fire, literally. Okay, maybe not literally because the studio is not burning yet. Uh, according to Gen Z, that's a fire song, right? And they would say it's giving. So the song is giving fire and it's giving empowerment, it's giving energy, it's giving liberation, and that is what they stand for. So I'm going to start with the lady because ladies first, right? Before men. And so one of the things I appreciate is people who give their all. And one of the reasons why I say this is because she's not in the same time zone with me. If you're on YouTube, you see that she's joining me from another continent. And I believe it's about 3 a.m. where she is. Yes, she's gotten up early, looking so radiant in my face, shiny. Please give it up for singer, liberator, one who makes songs about empowerment, the one and the only Maya. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Maya Azucena. I'm so thankful to be here with you, tuning in from Miami. Yes, it's not quite breakfast here in Miami. Some people are still out in the club, and I'm here with you all saying good morning. Thank you so much for playing my new song.
It's lovely to have you here. Now, the song is beautiful, but now you need to get to know the force behind it as well. So give it up for speaker, author, one who gives energy through words and through songs, the one and the only Samuel Peterson. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone out there in Radio Land is having a really good morning this morning. I'm excited to be here. It's just a great opportunity to talk and share such a powerful song with the world. Yeah.
So I'm going to start with you, Samuel, especially as you're here.
Yeah.
Tell me about that song. I mean, it's fire, but it's so warm. There are songs that it's fire and you come in with the energy, the wrecking ball kind of energy, but that comes in with such warmth and coolness.
Love has warmth and coolness in the beginning, and then sometimes it can be fire. So
Letty, but Adele knows that.
So I think the song is actually about that. It expresses a warmness to it, but yet there's an edge to it that says, I don't want to get burned. With relationships, sometimes you go into something expecting it to be one way and it turns out another. And if you stay too long, you may get burned.
Yeah. So was it a particular situation that sparked that?
For me, Maya was my muse in this, co-writing it with her because Yeah, I've been in relationships that I would say I stayed too long, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you mean you stay too long? I mean, is there something that morphs after you have? Is there a time frame? Maya, I need you on this one too. Is there a time frame for relationships such that what was supposed to be sweet now goes sour? Okay,
I mean,
Maya.
my opinion on that is I had to start to create clear boundaries for myself because I have a big heart and I will stay, as Samuel says, in a toxic situation for too long. So the time frame that I gave myself is I started to think about like if I hired somebody for a job, right? And that person wasn't fulfilling the job role, the job title that I paid them for. How long would be acceptable for someone to not show up on time, not do what they said they were going to do, not fulfill the role that they were hired for? Not that your partner is an employee, but more so if I'm not willing to let an employee show up late for 7 years and not do what they said they're going to do for 7 years, why in the world would the most important relationship of my life extend for that long? So I started to think that an acceptable turnaround time for me to know if this is a healthy, possible relationship that has a future would be about 6 months. And if in that 6 month window you you feel like it's not rising to the occasion or it's a painful, it's breaking your heart, I feel that 6 months is more than enough time to determine if this is something worthy of your investment or not. What do you think?
Hmm. Well, it's about your thoughts today. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I just think that sometimes we can go into things thinking it's one way because relationships always start out sweet. Like know, for women and men, we have different expectations on relationships, right? Like, we guys, we want peace. We want to know that we want to be with someone that brings us peace, right? And sometimes we don't realize that peace really relies within ourselves, and the expectation of a woman bringing you peace all the time is unrealistic, right? So I think what Maya is saying is absolutely correct. I think that knowing, getting to know each other and knowing yourself first is key to having a successful relationship and not getting burned. But sometimes you can stay in something and it seems so sweet in the beginning and then it can go so sour. So I think that, as you understand yourself and what you want and what you need in your life, you determine what works for you. And then at that moment in time, if you determine that, you've got to know that I'm not going to get burned repeating the same thing I repeated before.
Okay, now let's go back to the music.
Yeah.
So tell me, who started the first line or the second line, and how did both of you start the co-writing?
All right, Maya start the first lines.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
you
I,
did.
I wrote the lyrics. Well, actually, we wrote them together, but the verses definitely were based on my experience, in a, well, you can be in love with someone and be in the middle of an argument or a toxic cycle, and even though you're right next to each other, you feel 1,000 miles apart. And that sort of up and down, like it's going great and then it just drops it and crashes, and it's so heartbreaking. And sometimes you can work through the toxic moments if you really love someone and you're really able to um, work on the big picture together. But no matter what, I personally, I've been in a very abusive relationship in my past, physically, sexually, and like it was a hard relationship. So I made a commitment to myself that I'm not going to let any relationship fully burn me out anymore. Like I have to draw the line where my self-care is and my self-respect is. And
Mm.
that commitment is very much inside the lyrics of the song. And, you know, I think that hopefully it's an anthem for anybody else who's gone through that feeling of like you feel like you're going crazy inside of a relationship. And, it's just like, what is going on here? And then at the end of the day, you say, you know what? Like, if we can't make this work in a healthy way, I'm not gonna let it fully break me. I have to take care. I'm all I got.
Interesting. So I have an interesting, maybe a little weird question, but how do you think people should listen to this song? And this is what I mean.
Mm.
There are times that we listen to some heartbreak songs,
Mm.
but we dance to them.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
And it's like you're dancing to the pain, tears, and headache of someone.
Yeah.
But if you were to say the ideal, what I want to run through your mind when you listen to this song, what do you want the person listening to the song to feel?
Feel everything. Joy, sadness, peace, emotions, love. Just allow everything to flow through you and just express it as it speaks to you because everyone music expresses itself very differently to everyone. Everyone interprets it in a different way. And just have your heart open and listen to the music and let it lead you to whatever you need to decide for yourself.
Mm. So I'll stay with you on this one, and it's on the topic of songwriting. No, you write songs for different people, different artists, popular ones. How has that been?
It's work. I enjoy it because it's therapy for me. It gets me out of my own way and out of my own space. Sometimes it's hard because you end up writing songs that teach you lessons, and then you have to pass those songs on to artists to perform them. And then when like a brilliant artist like Maya, comes and interprets the song, or you co-write with them, and it becomes like therapy for you as the writer. You're like, okay, so now I'm reliving some of the things that I learned from my own lessons. So, and every song is different. So I write pop, I write R&B, I write country. So I can write from very different genres in different places. So it's yeah.
So when you recorded the song, was he there? Was there some sort of direction? Like you should have gone high instead of low. You should have done no flats instead of being too fast.
Yeah, I was there.
Please go ahead, Maya.
I honestly think that Samuel and I have a very good working relationship. I feel that, and I'm a songwriter that I don't often collaborate with other writers. I often write my own. And so it was really fun collaborating with Samuel, because I feel that Samuel brings the best out of me vocally and also as a songwriter. And it feels really nice to have a partner in something that you trust, because it's like my ideas, I came with these, let's say the melody for the verse and a lot of the lyrics written for the verse, but the chorus is the most important part of a hit. And Samuel had that chorus already, to go, just from us talking about life and relationships. And so in the studio, yeah, there are, we've also recorded and written, I think, 5 songs now, in Lagos. And so in the studio, Samuel's a great producer as well, great vocal producer, and definitely brought the best out of my performance.
Away from music and away from fire, what's your favorite part about being in Lagos?
Wow, the people.
What's about the people?
I come from New York City, Brooklyn, to be specific. And, we have a whole lot of energy in America, no, excuse me. I represent Brooklyn and not all of America. So in Brooklyn, there's a whole lot of energy, right? And Lagos has so much personality and style and creativity and energy. And I really respect it and love it. And, when I was there, Samuel and I were working on producing 2 big events, which involved young people, a lot of college age students. There is so much talent in Lagos and in Nigeria, creative talent. And so it felt amazing to be in the midst of all that energy. That's our future, this is our future, to be a part of that, And also another important thing for me is that right before I came to Nigeria, I got my DNA test and realized that my African roots are like primarily Nigerian.
Ooh,
So
that is cool.
I loved that coming there for the first time, that I understood that this is also part of my DNA, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, do you have a Nigerian name yet?
Oh, do I have my Nigerian name? No,
Yes, yeah.
I need somebody to help me out with that. I need my Nigerian name.
What we'll try to give you. Is there any particular tribe you would want the name to come from?
Oh, wow. I need advice. You know, if anybody wants to, call in or send in some suggestions, get to know me a little bit more from this interview and our song, and, you know, bring me home to my Nigerian tribe and name.
Feel like, although it's not a name, but looking at your face, the perceived suppleness of your cheeks allow me to say that. I feel like I can describe you the way they would say ego nibo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the name. That's not a name. That's just me, for the lack of a better word, what we call as hailings, as some sort of praises based on the endearment, the looks, the place you hold in someone's hearts. I think Egoyimbo means okay, now I've forgotten what that means, but I think it has to do with a fine, fresh, fair woman. I think so. But anyway, so if you're joining us on YouTube, you can see her face. Please suggest her name for her.
Yo, help a sister out. Help a sister out.
Our YouTube is at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. That is the YouTube channel. And coming back to you, Samuel, let's talk about the importance of songwriting because I'm still going to go back to Maya, asking her how, if she ever thinks she's going to do Afrobeats at some point, because it looks like that's where the world is at. But I'm looking at longevity. I'm looking at us enduring, not just slapping some words together, making a good beat, but in how many years' time, and will that be remembered? So looking at you, I believe you traverse different climes here in Nigeria. What can you say about our songwriting culture?
I think it's definitely unique. The structure is quite different. When the melodic structure, how the verse and chorus lays, and usually there's no bridge. It's just straight. So that's the very difference about this particular songwriting from Africa than America, because America has the verse, chorus, the verse, chorus, and then a bridge, and then and out. So Afro music is not structured that way. It's really structured very differently. I think you have more of somewhat of a verse, and then you have a chorus, and then you have another verse, and then you just go into the chorus and you're out. So it's very different. Certainly, I appreciate it. I appreciate the music. I think there's more stories to be told. You know who I actually like, and who I think tells good story, Burna Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Burna Boy?
Yeah. You know why? Because if I look,
I mean, okay. I would like to hear your take.
Because when I listen to Burna Boy, like the songs that Big Seven and all the songs that I can relate to, they cross. Oh, he does a cultural fuse between a little bit of American and African, and the uniquity is that he's a clever lyricist, and how he places the lyric, and how he pronounces the words so that it's clear across the board. Now, I like Davido as well, but Burna Boy seems to, for me, because I like the way he lyrically expresses himself, is very unique.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're talking about how he's able to appeal to different people.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maya, will you be doing an Afrobeat?
Well, we've already done Afrobeat. So
oh really?
Oh yeah, we got
I'm not aware.
This is the first
I should listen to that.
This is the first single, my friend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
But the thing is, it's like, okay, there's the genre, that plays with the Afro beats, but we have to remember that literal, rhythms from Africa are the heartbeat of all dance music. And that actually doesn't go out of style, So I think there's a way to capture it to where where it won't feel dated and out of place in a few years. If you have good songwriting, and we were talking before the actual program about having the emotion and capturing the real feeling inside the song, when those authentic things are there, it doesn't go out of style. I don't think so.
Okay. So what you're going to do for me, Maya, is that when we come back from the breather, you're going to do a little bit of that song, that Afrobeat song for me. Can you do that?
But then you won't hear the beat.
Is that?
You won't hear the beat, but you'll hear
I can hear the feel.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna hear the feel.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give it a go.
Well, you're listening to Smooth Explorer right here on Smooth 98.1. This is Breakfast in Bed. I'll be right back.
Nigeria's #1 station, Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life.
The most anticipated event in the African marketing industry is here. It's for marketing excellence.
You give me the Afrobeat feel without the beats.
Is it time?
Oh no, when we come back.
Okay.
When we come back. Yeah. So what determines the kind of songs that you do? Do you write all your songs, or both of you always write your songs?
You write material. Like when you met, collaborated for that time because we were doing Stars and Legends, and it was a whole camp for young people. It was about empowering young people in the arts to learn how to monetize their music, how to write, how to take their music to the next level, how to produce it, how to get distribution. So we did a whole workshop on that. And so we had over 1,000 young people show up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a huge conference.
Recording.
Welcome back.
My lifestyle is filmmaking and music. And for the best of both worlds, keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1. This is Emiola. Don't touch it.
It's Breakfast in Bed with a side of want, courtesy of Fire, and that's coming from Maya. And I do have Samuel Peterson in the studio. You can see our faces by going to Smooth 98.1 FM Lagos, Smooth 981 FM Lagos. That's the handle on YouTube. Oh, by the way, I forgot to reel out the WhatsApp number. WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Although we're almost done with the chat, but you can put in one word or two. So before the breather, Maya was going to give us some Afrobeats. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is my chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is my chance to sing for Lagos in the morning.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, so everybody who's just tuned in, I'm Maya Azucena. I'm tuning in from Miami right now. And the challenge that I have been given is to sing one of my songs, which has an Afrobeats vibe without any actual beat, okay?
Right.
I'm fearless. Whoa. You may not believe it till you see it. Whoa. I got the warrior spirit, got a giant inside, and with a lot of work and a lot of time, now I found my pride, fearless. Whoa, you may not believe it till you see it. Whoa, I got the warrior spirit, got a giant inside, and with a lot of work and a lot of time, now I found my pride, yeah.
Oh, wow. Now you can't hear it, but I'm giving you a round of applause here. Because that was good. I mean, needless to say that making music makes you happy, right? I can see it in your face.
Without a doubt, doing what I love as my job, I am so blessed. I am so lucky. I recommend it to everyone. If you can find a way to do what you love as your job, see what steps you need to take to make that happen. It is so powerful. And if you're not able to do it as your job, make sure what you love to do is on your schedule at all times.
So, question for both of you.
Yeah.
You love to write songs. It's therapeutic for you.
Yeah.
You love to make music because you love it. It's your passion. The pockets. How filling is it for your pockets?
Okay, so being a songwriter, it's definitely fulfilling because you get royalties. So therefore, you have a check coming in. As a singer, songwriter, performer on my tour, she's got distribution deals, and so therefore, it can be lucrative. It's definitely a tough road if you don't have outlets, if you don't have opportunity, if you don't have placement, if you don't have structure. So one thing I always tell young people: do your homework, learn your structure, and learn the business. Because if you know the business, that's how you make money in the business.
What about you, Maya?
I mean, look, I would say that being a full-time artist is never boring, and it's also never easy. So it's real, like it's like running a business, having your own business. And as Samuel said, if you don't know your business, it can be painful for you. The music industry is not really structured like normal. For example, in a store, you have products and you sell those products. So the person that makes the product sells the products and gets the results of that money, right? In the music industry, a lot of the songs are literally, you give them away. So it's one of the only industries that I know of where the person that makes the product doesn't sell the product. They give the product away and then hopes that the customer not only likes the product, but likes the creator of the product. The manufacturer. Like imagine, like somebody's selling soup and they give the soup away and they hope that everyone likes the manufacturer of the soup. And then they get paid for liking the manufacturer of the soup. That's the structure of the music industry these days. So you do have to be creative. You do need to know your business in order to know where those opportunities are to earn. And with your songs, you can sell your songs by licensing them, for example, for television or movies. And then you also tour and you do things live. You make money as a live performer. I mean, you just look for your opportunities to make your business also provide for you.
Thank you for being clairvoyant and taking a peek into the question I was going to ask, because I was going to tell you to give a roadmap for beginners and how they can be profitable with this thing, but you have answered it well. Okay, before we round things off, here is Egoli from, I hope I got that. And she says, good morning, I love Maya. And point of correction, Egoibo is a name in Delta State, and that's my name. She can have it because it's for beautiful baby girls from a royal family. So there you have it.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for reaching out while we're still on the show and letting me know. I so love that. Thank you.
Okay, now on a final note, Samuel. So if you were to tell some people who are setting out in music some things about their songwriting process, what would you say they should know and note about songwriting and how, maybe this is me already projecting on you, but how it can be the basis of a good music?
Just be authentic, tell a good story. Allow your pain to get you your victory. Use it because as a songwriter, you go through ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And sometimes you can go off the cuff because you feel like, oh, I'm so angry today, I'm so hurt today, or I have a. That's when your best songs are written, through your pain. So when you're sitting down and you're really frustrated with your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever you're going through, and or mom or dad or whatever, um, get it out. Pick a pen up, start writing it, and that's where your head is going to be.
You remind me of the words of one of the wisest person I know, and he said that every idea that comes in you, every thought that comes in your mind is an idea. So what you need to do is put it down.
Yeah.
Go around with a pen and paper, put it
Correct.
down,
Correct.
and then it allows you to be able to sift and follow through. Nice.
Correct.
Well, I wish we could continue, but
It's been so much fun.
yeah, thank you so much for being a part of it, and thank you for. Oh, I forgot to ask. I was going to ask. So, in future, if we hear a song from Maya, or we hear something that Samuel has written, what do you think will be the distinct features? Let me start with Maya. If we hear a song, how do you know this is a Maya song?
I mean, to lead with, we each have a very unique voice, especially if you develop it. So not only our storytelling or our lyrics, but my literal speaking and singing voice is very unique. The most beautiful, memorable artists through all of the history of recording, you know who they are from the first, note that they sing. You're like, oh, that's Ade Kunle. Oh, I knew it, So my distinctive feature would be, my voice, and people have told me that, it's not just me saying it, that my voice, you recognize me out, and it stands out from other artists because it's a Maya Azucena voice.
What about the elements? So, because when I started the show, I said you were about empowerment, you're about liberating lights and the likes. So, what's beyond the powerful Maya Azucena voice? What are some of the things? And so that even if we ever hear an AI recreate your voice, we know that no, that is not you. Yeah, I heard a song that was made by an AI. I almost believed it was real until I realized it was not. But it was unfortunately sweet.
Okay, yes, for sure. My commitment and my history, like if you go and dig into my previous works, most of my songs are anthems that you can sing when you're working through the dark places of your life and you are looking for that path out. And so it's like messages of empowerment, as we said, and just reminder that the obstacle that you're facing is maybe real, but so is all of your potential to so not only survive, but to be victorious, as Samuel used the word victorious, and I like that. Yeah, I just feel that there's hope, and I would like people to feel there's a soundtrack for that when you're going through something, and you will hear that in my songs.
Thank you. Samuel?
Well, my voice is very different because I think I write from different perspectives, like from anywhere from pop, rock, contemporary. I think when you hear my body of work, each element of my work has a different message in it. Like sometimes I'll be talking about getting rid of that relationship that you're in. Other times I'll be talking about just having fun. So it's a spectrum. And recently, not so recently, during COVID time, I started writing gospel, which is very interesting. And Maya actually heard a gospel song that I've written, It's Okay. And it was during that time where I was processing my dad's death. So it's a range. It's a range as a writer.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for having fun together with me and everyone. Thank you for being here. And we look forward to more that will be out of Samuel as well as Maya Azucena. I feel like you should totally write a song about looking gorgeous at 3 a.m. in the morning. I would rock it.
Thank you. Aww.
All right, so for your social media handles on socials, for people to find out more and see our lovely Ego Igbo, how can they do that?
Oh, you're saying how can people keep in touch?
Yes, your social media handle.
All right, everybody. First of all, you got to just know my name, Maya Azucena, Mayazucena, and you just put an @ symbol in front of it. You'll get me on Instagram, / you'll get me on, LinkedIn, .com, you're going to see my whole website, Spotify, just throw the name up in there. Just as long as you know my name, you can find me and keep in touch.
Great. And Samuel?
Okay, they can find me through Instagram. My Instagram is just Samuel Peterson. And then you can find me through Facebook. Facebook is again Samuel Peterson Miami. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. I'm almost tempted to go out with what's his name? Not Will Smith, Miami, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go out with fire from Maya Azucena. Thank you for being a part of the chat. And you can catch up the repeats on YouTube at Smooth 91 FM Lagos. I'll be back with you because we are not done on Breakfast in Bed. Thank you.
That was so sweet.
Thank
It was really fun to interview with you, and really thank you so much for supporting the song. It means a lot. As I was saying, it's never boring and never easy for artists, and support coming from a DJ in your position is really helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good music with love, good music with support.
Yes.
So we can allow you go get your beauty sleep so the beauty can multiply.